Hi guys, welcome to Royal Logos. It's my pleasure to have you here and I really hope that you all are doing well. In today's tutorial, we will design this vector orange by using Inkscape. So first of all, if your Inkscape preview isn't appearing like this, then go to View and select it to Custom. Again go to View, go to Show and Hide and make sure that all of these options must be turned on. Then go to File, select the document properties, select the display units to pixels and custom units to also pixels. Change the width of your page to 1280 and height to 720 pixels and simply left click on this cross icon. Now the presence of two menus is very important for each and every project. The first one is fill and stroke menu. Simply left click on this icon to get fill and stroke menu. And second one is align and distribute menu. Simply left click on this icon. And you can see that both of these menus are appearing on the right side of your screen. Then to set your page view, simply left click on this icon, zoom to fit page in Windows. Then first of all select create circles and ellipse tool, hold down the control key on your keyboard, then hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in direction like this. Then select the selection tool and here you have the option for the width and the height. Simply left click on this lock icon to lock the dimensional properties and set the height of the circle to 350 pixels and press enter on the keyboard. Now select the rectangle tool and hold down the left mouse button and draw a random rectangle like this. Again select the selection tool and here you have the option for the width and the height. Simply set the width value to 15 pixels and press enter. Now you have to make sure that the height of this rectangle must be greater than the height of this circle. For this purpose, first of all turn off this lock option by left clicking on it and set the height to say 400 pixels and press enter like this. To differentiate between the parts, simply change the color of this rectangle to some different color like this blue color. Then select all of these shapes, move your mouse to the right side of screen and scroll down. Then select align and distribute menu. From the relative to select last selected and select center on vertical axis and center on horizontal axis. Now select this rectangle with the left click of mouse, then go to object and select transform. Then scroll down and you can see the transform menu is appearing on the right side of your screen. Simply left click on this transform menu, then go to rotate and set the angle to 45 degrees and set the direction to clockwise. Then right click on this rectangle and select duplicate, then select apply. Again right click, select duplicate and select apply. Again right click, select duplicate and select apply. Now select this bottom circle with the left click of mouse, right click and select cut. Then select all of these rectangles, go to path and select union. Then go to edit and select paste in place. And you have to make sure that this circle must be placed at the bottom of these rectangles. For this purpose, simply left click on this icon which says lower selection to bottom like this. Then select both of these shapes, go to path and select difference. Now drag it at one side of your screen. Again select the circle tool, hold down the control key, then hold down the left mouse button and draw a random circle like this. Then select the selection tool. This time it doesn't need the fill, so we will cancel it by left clicking on this cross icon and assign it some stroke color by holding down the shift key on your keyboard and left clicking on this black color like this. Then move your cursor to the right side of screen, scroll down and select fill and stroke menu. Then select stroke style and set the stroke width to 45 pixels and press enter on your keyboard. Here you can see the option for the width and the height. First of all, left click on this lock icon to lock the dimensional properties and set the width of your circle to 470 pixels and press enter on the keyboard. Again go to stroke style and set the width to 45 pixels and press enter. Then go to path and select stroke to path. Now scroll down and reduce the opacity to say 60% and press enter. Then select the pen tool. From here select regular Bezier path, then left click once and to draw a vertical line hold down the control key and drag the mouse in downward direction like this and left click again and press enter on the keyboard. Again select the selection tool. Increase the stroke width of the line by going into fill and stroke menu and set the width to say 4 pixels and press enter. Then again scroll down and select transform menu. Select the angle to 30 degrees and select apply. Right click on this line, select duplicate and drag the duplicated line in direction like this. Again select this line with the left click of mouse, right click and select duplicate and drag this line in this direction like this. Now hold down the shift key on your keyboard and select all of these lines with the left click of mouse like this and change their color to differentiate between the parts. So hold down the shift key on your keyboard and left click on this red color like this. Now we have to turn on one snapping option, snap to path intersections. So first of all enable the snapping by left clicking on this icon, then left click on this icon which says snap nodes, paths and handles, and finally left click on this snap to path intersections. Then select the pen tool with the left click of mouse and from here select create B-spline path. Then left click at this intersection point, again left click at this point, again left click and finally left click at this intersection point and press enter on the keyboard. And simply cancel this transform menu by left clicking on this cross icon like this, and in the fill and stroke menu simply increase the stroke width of B-spline path to 5 pixels and press enter. And to differentiate between the parts simply hold down the shift key on your keyboard and left click on this blue color like this. Then select the selection tool with the left click of mouse, then press Z on your keyboard and hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in this direction to zoom in this area. Then select this B-spline path with the left click of mouse, right click and select duplicate. Now we want to place this corner of duplicated line at this intersection point. For this purpose, two snapping options must be enabled. The first one is snap to path intersections and second one is snap to rectangle corners. Snap to path intersections is already enabled. Simply left click on this icon which says snap to rectangle corners and then hold down the left mouse button at this line and drag this up to this intersection point like this. Simply deselect this line by left clicking on this white area, and now we have to delete these red colored lines. So hold down the alternate key on your keyboard, then hold down the left mouse button and drag your mouse on these red lines and press delete on the keyboard. Then hold down the shift key on your keyboard, left click on this line and again left click on this one. Right click, select duplicate, go to path and select combine. Then hold down the shift key on your keyboard and also select this bottom circle with the left click of mouse. Again go to path and select division. Now simply drag your mouse over this part and press delete on your keyboard. Also select this line and press delete on the keyboard. Then select zoom to fit page in Windows. Then select this line with the left click of mouse, go to path and select object to path. Then select the pen tool and start drawing from this rectangular icon. Left click on this rectangular icon. Now again left click at this point, here, at this point and finally complete the shape by left clicking on this icon. Then select the selection tool, select both of these shapes, go to path and select union. Select Z on your keyboard and drag your mouse over this area, and now we have to turn this sharp corner into the round one. So select edit pass by nodes tool, select this node and press delete on the keyboard. Now you can see that another sharp corner is drawn. So simply hold down the left mouse button at this handle and drag this handle in direction like this. And now you can see that the sharp corner is converted into the round one. Then left click on this icon to fit page in Windows like this. Again select the selection tool, select both of these parts, scroll down and select align and distribute menu. From the relative to select last selected and left click on this icon, center on vertical axis, and again left click on this icon, center on horizontal axis. Then select the circle tool and draw a random circle like this. Select the selection tool with the left click of mouse, right click on this circle, select duplicate and drag the duplicated copy in direction like this. Then select both of these parts, go to path and select intersection. Now it doesn't need the stroke, so cancel it by holding down the shift key on your keyboard and left clicking on this cross icon and assign it some solid color like this green color. Here you have the option for the width and the height. First of all, disable this lock icon by left clicking on it and set the width to 45 pixels and height to 125 pixels and press enter on the keyboard. Then again go to object and select transform. Scroll down and here you can see that the transform menu is appearing. Simply left click on this transform menu and in the rotate option select the angle to 45 degrees, select the direction to counterclockwise, scroll down and select apply. Right click, select duplicate and left click on this icon to flip the object horizontally and hold down the control key Then hold down the left mouse button at this object and drag it in a horizontal direction like this. Then select the rectangle tool and draw a rectangle like this. Again select the selection tool with the left click of mouse and set the width of the rectangle to 20 pixels and height of the rectangle to 160 pixels and press enter on the keyboard. Then select all of these shapes, scroll down and select Align and Distribute menu. From the relative to select last selected and then select on this icon, Align Bottom Edges, and left click on this icon which says Make Equal Horizontal Gaps. Then right click and select Group. Again scroll down and left click on Transform menu. Set the value of angle to 30 degrees and select Apply and drag this part up to this point. Now simply turn off the snapping options by left clicking on this icon and then drag the object according to your own choice like this. Then select all of these parts and drag them at the center. Then move your mouse to the right side of the screen, scroll down and select Fill and Stroke menu and increase the opacity to 100% like this. Select this part, right click and select Ungroup and again increase its opacity to 100% like this. Now it's time to assign our vector some colors, which I have already decided. You can easily see the colors from the color codes. So first of all, select this part with the left click of mouse, then select Pick Colors from the Image tool and left click on this orange color. Then again select the Selection tool with the left click of mouse and select this part. Again select Pick Colors from the Object tool and left click on this dark brown color like this. Again select the Selection tool with the left click of mouse and select this part. This time select this Create and Edit Gradients with the left click of mouse, then left click on this icon which says Radial Gradients and hold down the left mouse button at the center and drag the mouse towards the boundaries like this. Again select Pick Colors from the Image tool, left click on this middle icon and select this yellow color. Then left click on these boundary icons and assign them white colors like this. To increase the boundary of the color, simply hold down the left mouse button at this icon and drag it outwards like this. Also for this one, like this. Now simply select the Selection tool, simply select these colors with the left click of mouse and press Delete on the keyboard. Then select our vector and drag it at the center of the page. Now this is for today's design. If you think that this video helps you in some way, then please like and subscribe the channel. And also share your thoughts about the design in the comments section. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.